So, devastating news this morning. Obviously, waking up. Just another thing to add to the list.
Another problem?
Yeah, another job.
I'd like to blame the frost, but I think it was just...
I think it was Jonathan. I think it was that little red squirrel I saw this morning jumping along.
Yeah. But I think it was a mixture of things. Obviously, the ivy's been grown through it so long.
Yeah.
I cut trees out of it last year as well.
Plus the fact there's trees on the other side, you can see the roots coming through now, so that's been pushing it and loosening the wall.
Yeah.
The trees over there, and it's just a combination of age.
We had strong winds last night, we had rain, then we had frost.
Anyway, the
just
whole wall just went.
Yeah, just crumbled down.
Didn't hear anything, didn't wake us up.
Luckily nobody was around, that's the most important.
Yeah.
So luckily obviously it's come down now before we do any further renovations. So obviously they took the corner piece down as well just because it was just too dangerous.
That buttress was too wobbly, it was going to come down.
Yeah.
And we don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
Give us some more amazing views, if one thing.
It has, but obviously
It needs redoing.
It does at some point, but we don't know how or when. Luckily on the plus side, obviously we've got the diggers here because we're in the middle of doing the septic tank. So on the plus side, obviously we've got those there to move the stone, which is good, but
Another day's work for the free builders.
yeah, just to move the stone.
It's just another one of those things, isn't it?
Well,
It's another Château day.
it's disappointing, heartbreaking to be honest.
Can't say much more, can you? It's just one of them.
We'll get back up again. We're going to put the shower there,
Yeah.
maybe. And we'll
Just
go
get
back
to
up.
looking at it with more. No, it's all good.
You want to give her love as well, don't you? So half the wall's down.
Without our choice.
Yeah. Out of our hands.
We've made a decision.
It's come obviously we've got a lot of the stone out of the way now where the wall's fallen down. But now the decision is to what do we do with the remaining part of the wall.
When we've looked, it is only ivy holding that up.
Yeah.
It is.
So,
There's no.
and just to clarify in the comments, it wasn't because I was swinging on the ivy. That was a completely different wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
This one is in the walled garden, and this one we hadn't even touched. So it just.
I think it's to do with the groundworks more than anything. The ground's been
It's
disturbed on
a
that
culmination.
side.
We've had massive trees growing next to it.
Yes.
We've had ivy growing through
You
it.
can see like the roots and some of it. They're like trees.
Yeah, they're absolutely massive. And last night, what happened last night is we got a massive downpour, and then the skies cleared and it froze.
Yeah.
So, and it wasn't a
froze.
soft frost, it was a hard frost.
Yeah.
So I think with the culmination of things that have happened, obviously we're working, the ivy, the trees, the number of things that are going
and
on.
just general age.
Yeah.
It was going to happen at some point. In a way, it's lucky
Yeah,
that it's
luckily
happened now.
it's happened now
not
rather
when we're
than
open for business.
us getting guests
You know.
over and then something happens. Obviously, no one was here at the time, and
Yeah,
no
it
one
was
was
through
hurt
the
with
night,
it.
so that was really
So,
lucky. It was through
yeah.
the night.
Yeah.
Especially the dogs, the way they're all about.
Yeah, yeah.
So something
It's-
good always
yeah.
comes out of something bad.
Every
It's-
cloud has a silver lining,
absolutely.
and we've got to look. And one thing that we have done, and I think that we can appreciate now, is we've opened up a view that you've never had from this garden.
Yeah.
The wall, it was beautiful
It
to,
was.
to
It
have,
wouldn't have
but
been
it
a
was
choice,
it was
Imposing and
imposing.
dangerous as well now.
And
you
obviously
know.
because of the main structure's gone now, because of the keystones which are on the corner holding it together.
Yeah,
See, it's literally just a
It's
floating
holding
wall.
together with ivy.
Yeah.
Really.
So if we get another storm again, it's just
It's
going to
gonna
push
come
this
down.
part of the wall, and it's just going to. You
Take the
can
whole
see
lot.
above the door, it's all
just
already crumbling
falling
away.
down. It's just falling.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's just too dangerous. Far
So
too dangerous.
we've had to make the decision that it's got to go.
Hopefully we can try. We're looking at ways of how we can get things sorted to try and get the wall rebuilt.
Rebuilt.
Maybe obviously not the same as it was, because it would just take hundreds of man hours to get it built.
Yeah.
But to try and get things back in its place, and just see what the costs are going to be really as well to get that done. Obviously just because we've got so many other things going on.
Yeah, it just wasn't something we planned.
Planned,
but
yeah.
That's what happens. We're not like, we're not daft. It's just something that's happened. We didn't plan on it, and these things will keep happening over and over and over
They will,
again.
they
But
will.
it was upsetting this morning when we seen it, but
Yeah, it was.
you
it
get
was.
over it now, don't you? And we just have to
Plod on,
keep
definitely.
going.
Onwards
We
and
will.
upwards.
At least the
again-
sun's out.
The views
Yeah,
for me, I
it's
keep saying
amazing.
it, the views that
It
it's
really
opened
is,
up
yeah.
is just magnificent. We can see our woods,
Yes.
and they just look absolutely spectacular. So again, it'll be another thing is if we're going to put a smaller wall back there,
Yeah.
anyone that comes camping here is going to be drawn in. You're going to
in.
see that part of the chateau now,
Yeah.
which you wouldn't have necessarily seen
Yeah.
with
And-
that big wall.
Another plus side, obviously, if we do take this part out, then while we've got the diggers, we can bring the diggers up and get all of these tree roots out that have
Which has
self-seeded.
caused a lot of the problem.
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
tree, and these have caused a lot of the wall
Damage,
falling
yeah,
down.
yeah.
Will we see?
It could work. I mean, in the future, they're gonna work the damage right the way along. So
Course, yeah.
we'll get rid of it now.
Yeah. So it is a sad moment to see
Yeah.
the rest of it come down, but obviously
to be done.
it's been a decision that we've
We haven't made it lightly.
No, it's not been
No.
lightly, and it's not.
We've got people on site that know what they're talking about as well. So
Yeah,
they've been able
We've got
to
some really good
advise.
friends here,
Yeah.
which are builders, which have
They're
came
gonna
over
help
and
us.
they've obviously looked at it, and the best and safest scenario is to bring it
Take
down.
it down.
Yeah,
It will
So-
get built again.
we will.
Yeah.
We will.
Absolutely.
We'll get it sorted.
You
We need
can
your mum
point
back
out.
over
I know.
I know you, Mum.
Adrian.
How are you, Adrian? You coming back?
We need you to build.
Yeah, we need you back over, Jen, to build a wall.
Graham, you're invited back straight away.
Maybe it's a year this time.
Yeah. But we'll see what we can get
Mhm.
sorted, and go from there.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on then, let's see it go
Started.
down. I don't think you should carry.
No. It has been a very difficult day today. It's been a bit
Heart-wrenching,
yeah,
heartbreaking.
a bit heartbreaking. I think, especially for me, for a lot of reasons really, because it was obviously my main dream to come over and sell this to everyone, and it's just there's a mixture of things that are just getting us down now. It was just a build up obviously earlier, seeing the state of it, and still not having
The shock of it as well, like say we knew there was issues with it, but we weren't expecting it to come out today and it not be there.
Yeah, and this wasn't a wall that we'd actually taken ivy off or anything like that. This had actually just fell down.
Yeah.
So we hadn't done any work to it, we hadn't touched it. It just
Came down.
it just come to the end
But
of
again,
its life. And
the winds last night were gale force, and then the skies cleared, and all of a sudden we had 10 minutes of absolute torrential downpour. Then the skies cleared again,
yeah,
and it froze, but it was a hard frost. And like I say, it's obviously got into it, and it went. It's one of them things, and
yeah.
like I say, we're just fortunate in the fact that it's gone in the night and no one's around.
Yeah, and luckily obviously that we didn't start creating stuff for the business and stuff like that, and it come down when we've got stuff like that. So
to an extent, it's hard, but it's good that it's happened now, because it's just one of them things. We didn't want it to go at all really, but
no. So it's just the long hard job now of trying to get it rebuilt. But obviously, unfortunately, this wasn't a job that we had planned or expected or budgeted. And obviously everyone's been so kind with the comments and stuff like that on Facebook and Instagram. So I think it's just one of those things that we're just going to have to just crack on with and get done at some point, isn't it? So it is what it is. But luckily, obviously, we've got the stone there. But obviously, it's not easy as we'll just put a stone on top of the stone.
Yeah.
Like the walls are about that thick,
and then it's not that we're going to have to now dig a proper footing into it, because it clearly wasn't stable.
Yeah, so we have to do a proper
foundations are going to have to be built, proper foundations that are going to make this wall last another 100 years. We are going to put it back up. There's no,
we will be doing a new wall.
Yeah. It won't be
just
as high.
going to be obviously what we can do, because like I said, obviously it's going to be a lot of work. It's not as easy as, oh well, you've got the stone there, you can rebuild it. It's a massive job, and it's nothing that's going to be done in a couple of days. It's going to take months, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And obviously to get people in, obviously we've spoke to people about doing the job, and obviously the cost's just far too much for what we can budget for at the moment, especially with outlaying everything. We've just outlaid everything for the septic tank.
Yeah. It's not again, it's the way everything pans out, and we have planned well. To be honest with you, financially, everything's been planned really well. It's just a case this has come, but again, it's stopped us moving forward again, because until we basically get footings in for this and make it all secure along that side, we have to stop everything going forward with the septics as well. So it's left us really caught between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. So like I said, we've outlaid all that. So
I think what we're going to do is we'll look at setting up a GoFundMe.
Yeah, a couple of people have suggested obviously that they'd be happy to help with it. So I think what we talked about was setting up a GoFundMe. Obviously we'll look into that and get that sorted, and we'll put a link into that as well for you. Obviously if we are going ahead with it. And you had a fantastic idea. Obviously we do like people getting involved with what we're doing,
and we want everyone to be anyone that helps us with this and helps us take it on and helps us bring back what is such an important part of the chateau. We want people to be remembered for that as well.
Yeah, so Ash had a wonderful idea of everyone that helps rebuild the wall with your donations, we'd like to make you be a part of the wall as well. And we would get we don't know exactly yet, probably like a metal plaque, and have each person's name, and that would be set into the wall, so you're part of it for forever. Yeah, your name is going to be on there, and you would have helped obviously restore a massive part of the chateau. So it is, but as you can see, obviously the whole wall's down now. The rest of it was just too unstable to keep. So we've took it all the way back to the top part, the first terrace, and we'll look at rebuilding it back from there and see what we can do. So yeah, so it's not a
great day, but it's one of them.
Yeah,
Life at the chateau.
definitely life at the chateau.
Never easy. Never an easy day, is it?
No. Well, hopefully it'll get better.
Yeah, well.
We've got the sun, so yeah, that's one positive. Hopefully we'll have the doors soon. That'll be another positive. And then we'll look at getting the windows.
Yeah.
It's another thing. But yeah, but for now we'll concentrate on the wall, because that's our main concern.
Yep.
And go from there. Yeah?
We'll get that.
We will. We will. Aye. Roll on, Château renovation. Thank you all, and we'll see you again soon. Yeah, just hiya. If you'd like to help rebuild the Château wall and be part of its history, please join us on GoFundMe, where any donation is appreciated so much by all the family.